I've been using the Fujifilm X-E4 for a couple of months now, probably around 6 months, and I took this camera on my trips. I use it for street photography, video, and just for casual photography whenever I just walk around and stuff, or my family. And I have been enjoying this camera so much lately. And I have to say, I had a Fujifilm X-T3, which I still have, but I just don't use my Fujifilm X-T3 nearly as much as I did because this camera is just way better in my opinion. And I'm gonna explain to you why in this video, and I'm also gonna talk about my opinion about this camera and if it's the camera for you maybe. So if you are interested in the Fujifilm X-E4, you should definitely watch this video. So like I said, I got this camera a couple of months ago, probably around 5 or 6 months, and I got it mainly to replace my Fujifilm X-E3, which I had at the time. And at that time I also replaced my X-E2 with a 3, so I kind of upgraded the entire X-E series, which is pretty cool, just a kind of side story of my camera upgrades. And I got the X-E4 because I wanted a camera that had a flip screen like this, where you flip it and you can take selfies with this, which is pretty cool because I use this camera also for video pretty much all the time over my X-T3, because the main reason for that is that my X-T3 does not have a flip screen, so that kind of sucks. That's why I'm also looking to upgrade my X-T3 to our X-T4, but that's not really important for this video. So that's why a main reason why I bought the X-E4 is for the screen, and I also bought it because of the lack of buttons. So you can see here there are no buttons on the front here. There are basically no buttons on the back as well. I will show you. So it's only these three with a joystick, or I mean two. And there are a couple of buttons on the top here for your drive settings and your play button and stuff like that. But that really spoke to me because I am a person that likes minimalistic stuff, so this really spoke to me because I don't like having a D-pad or a lot of customizable buttons, because I don't know, it's pretty chaotic in my opinion. Because I just like to swipe and select my settings or just use this joystick, and it's just way better in my opinion. It's a lot quicker for street photography. I can just do a quick swipe for another film recipe and I just shoot a picture like this, and it's easy as that, guys. So this camera is really great for street photography because it's very minimalistic and it's very discreet. People don't look weird at you whenever you take this camera with you outside, because no one notices that you have a camera with you because it's just so simple. And especially whenever you pair it with this 27mm lens from Fujifilm. This is basically like an X100 series camera, which is just awesome, and it's very trendy right now, as you guys know. But this camera really has it all for street photography and for video. The only downside is it has no IBIS, which I can live without, but it's pretty unfortunate because I took this with me to my trips. As I said, I went to Turkey, and we went to a beautiful place in Turkey, and I shot some video with this of, like, I don't know, the landscape and stuff like that. I will show you right now, and it's quite shaky, especially like with my hands, but even with a gimbal it would be shaky without a stabilized lens or like no IBIS, so that's really unfortunate. So it's mainly stills video. That's only one downside of it. You could consider having no buttons a downside as well, but that's like more of a preference thing. I like having no buttons on my cameras. Some people might like cameras with a lot of buttons where you can customize everything, so that's more of a preference thing. This is just what I like. I also like that you have just these simple dials on the top, and the one thing that I also really like is having the viewfinder on this side, like a rangefinder style camera. I just like the look of it, I just like the use of it. It's way better than having the viewfinder in the middle where you touch the screen of your camera with your nose all the time. It's just so annoying, and I really like this, and it's just so simple. You can just shoot a picture like this, and I don't know, your screen doesn't get messed up because you touch it with your nose all the time. I'm not gonna go over specs honestly, because this is just more of a use case video. If you want to learn a bit more about the nerdy specs, like I don't know, the screen dot pixels or whatever, it's really not that important. The only thing I can say is that the screen and the EVF are great quality. The EVF might be a little bit smaller if you're coming from an XT camera or an XH, or I don't know how it's with other brands, but EVF is just great. There's nothing to complain about. The one thing I wish it had was a ISO dial here in the shutter speed dial, because you see that on a few other cameras in the Fujifilm lineup, like the X100V or the F or X Pro 2, and it would be so much better in my opinion than having this little gimmicky button over here. It's not the end of the world, but it's just like, I don't get why they didn't do it. I don't know. That's kind of weird, but I wish they had put an ISO dial on the shutter speed dial, but that's just unfortunate. The film simulations on this camera are awesome. It's just like every other Fujifilm camera, but I think this one has the newest film simulations. I'm not sure which ones. I might be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I just like all the film simulations, and you can make some awesome film recipes as well. So I follow a lot of like guides on Fuji X Weekly where you can make your own recipes, and I just really enjoy doing that. So if you are a person who likes to shoot film like photos or vintage looking photos, definitely check out Fuji X Weekly, and also check out my video on my channel where I talk about how to shoot film like photos on Fujifilm. So this camera can do that very well, exceptionally well. And yeah, the one thing that I really like about this camera is to just pair it with this 27mm lens and just take it with me wherever I go, honestly. It's just so small. This fits in my jacket pocket all the time, and I carry it with me not everywhere, but as I said, for street photography or on my trips. I just really like to shoot with it. It's just so small and discreet, as I said, so this is probably the perfect camera for a street photographer. And if you don't like the lack of buttons, you should just get over it, to be honest. Like, I'm not being rude here, but it's really not that bad, okay? You still have the joystick and you still have the swipe function, so you just have to get used to it, to be honest. And I did get used to it. A lot of people did get used to it. So that's really only one downside, is the lack of buttons. And as I said, the video capability is also not the best because of the lack of IBIS. But for stills video, it's awesome, especially with the selfie screen. And if you would like to vlog, you could do it with a stabilized lens like the kit lens. Or any other lens. But yeah, for a main camera this is great, but if you would like to shoot more professionally, I would recommend something like an XT or an XH camera. But for just casual use, for any street photographer honestly, or a beginner videographer, I would definitely recommend the Fujifilm X-E4. This is definitely one of Fuji's best cameras in terms of like for the casual photographer. So I really recommend this camera. I really like it, and I will definitely keep it for a long while. I actually sold my X100T and I got the X-E4, so that's a little side story here, but I really recommend it for any photographer out there. This is like a budget Leica, you could say, budget Leica Q. So yeah, awesome camera, get it if you want. And thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you liked this video. Make sure to leave a like and comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for more Fujifilm content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.